So I'm just going to invite us now to take a moment to allow ourselves to get as comfortable as we can, whatever feels comfortable. I invite us to do that at this time in terms of our location, our body position. And just to let you know, if you're someone who is actually interested in hearing and understanding any of the words that I'm saying, which it's okay if you're that kind of person, if you're interested in that. If you're not, that's okay too. You can just let the words wash over you, whatever the case may be. But if you do want to understand what I'm saying, I will probably get a little bit softer when I get more into the actual guided practice section of what we're doing here. I tend to get softer, so just FYI on that. All right, and so hopefully we are comfortable. We've taken care of whatever hydration needs or things that we have. And now I would just like to invite us on our own to just take a few deep breaths in through our noses, and then I invite us to hold that a little bit, whatever feels comfortable, and then gently release that breath out through the mouth. And just do this at whatever pace is enjoyable for you, 2 or 3 times here, so that we can do that to help calm our good brains and minds down, so that we might tune in a bit more to some of those subtler energies and frequencies, awarenesses, and knowings. So I invite us to take a few of those deep breaths now. So indeed, I do invite us now into this collective guided practice that we call the LightBringers Monthly Circle of Light. So grateful for all of you who are here, for your beingness, for who you truly are, for the love, the unique expressions of love that each of us bring into this moment, into this space. And so I invite each of us here to imagine or feel or see in whatever way makes sense to us that each of us in our own way are surrounded by a kind of field, a sphere, a bubble of light. And you may perceive that in different ways, and yet I just invite us to recognize that our beingness is not confined merely to our physical form as most people think of it, but that we have aspects of our being that extend outside of our skin, that this is part of our space, part of who we are. So I just invite us to enjoy this knowing that we are a little bit more expansive than we might typically think we are. And as we do this, we also have the opportunity to experience a larger field of light around ourselves, a space that we can all exist within through the harmony, the alignment generated through our shared intentions for the best and highest for all. And so we can also experience that larger field of light that we all share as we engage in this practice together. And we can feel it, imagine it, perceive it in whatever ways that we desire to as we engage in this guided practice together. And so within this space, I invite us to recognize that this space is also being supported and strengthened by divinity, our Creator, and by all of those who join us from realms of light and love. So many who have been attracted through the expression of our heartfelt desires, whether verbally or intentionally or energetically. And they are also welcomed and invited to engage in this shared sphere of light as well, bringing their gifts, their desires, their intentions, their blessings that they bring with them for our benefit, for the benefit of all who are on our hearts and minds, and indeed for the benefit of all, even beyond the limits of our knowing and awareness. And so within this space now, I invite each of us to feel into that deeper part of ourselves, that part that exists beyond our brains, that exists beyond our physical forms, that part that even is more fundamental than what we might consider to be our spirit body or our etheric body. And this is the part that we often refer to as our soul, our core self, our higher self. And I invite us to commune with this core, central, fundamental aspect of our being, like a beautiful sun at the center of the solar system of our being. And through our engagement with this core aspect of who we truly are, we have the ability to express deep desires from this space, deep desires for union, for communion, for love, for oneness within ourselves, but also experiencing this greater oneness and unity that comes when we express our deep desires to the source of all life. And when we express these desires for love, for life, for unity, these desires are responded to always and instantaneously throughout the fullness, the wholeness of our beings. We can experience this. We can feel this warmth, this light, this love within the wholeness of our beings. And as we do, we can express that gratitude, that perception, that awareness that we have access to love, infinite love, unlimited light. We have access to these things throughout the wholeness of our beings. And that we have access to those things that we deeply desire for ourselves and for others. And that within this flow of love, we have the ability to express these heartfelt desires in ways that are not only for our benefit, but that are for the benefit of all. Those on our hearts and minds, those who are near and far. And so as we engage in this flow, I invite us to express our faith, our trust, that our desires are indeed being responded to. Our desires for healing, for peace, upliftment for those who are challenged in finding balance, in finding that peace, that wholeness, that rest, that stillness that is so deeply desired. And that as we do, that we might allow ourselves to release those things that we are holding on to, that we no longer need to carry, burdens, barriers, limitations, false or temporary identities, limiting ideas about who and what we are, that we can let all of these things go, all of these things that no longer serve us, that are no longer necessary to support us on our unique journeys toward greater life, love, and wholeness. And that as we do, we can also open ourselves to receive that which is so abundantly available. So much love and support, so much kindness and gentleness, so much light and warmth, more expansive awareness and understanding of ourselves and others, even guidance and insight, helping us to gain clarity in those areas that have seemed to be clouded or obscured. Greater awareness of what is happening within us and about us, even as we remain anchored within this flow of unconditional divine love, of light, of peace and warmth. And we also invite ourselves and all who desire to open to those gifts, those blessings that are available for the asking, that each and all would be receptive to that which is available, that which exists for our benefit and for the benefit of all. So many opportunities. Help us to recognize these opportunities, to perceive them, to realize that there are things available to us that we have just not even opened our hearts and minds to perceiving and knowing. May each of us and all who are incorporated through any expression of desire within this space, may all be opened even more to that which is available, that which is there, that which is good and true and beautiful and loving. And so, with those expressions, I invite us now into a brief moment, a few minutes of silent communion and contemplation, where we can commune within ourselves, experiencing greater wholeness and unity of who we are within this flow, this ocean of peace and love, where we might commune with our source, with our heavenly creator, basking in that love and that light that is available for us, and enjoying all of the blessings and benefits that flow from our communion in this way. And we can even invite the blessings and benefits of those who pray with us and for us from realms of light and love. We invite them also to bring whatever is needed within this space, this time, for our benefit and for the benefit of all of those wrapped within our intentions. And so as we continue to be wrapped within this bubble of light and love, I invite us to throw open the doors of our hearts, our souls, to our Heavenly Parent, that we might receive everything available in this space, in this moment. And so, beloved friends, let us enjoy this silent communion together for the next few minutes. Source of all life, loving Creator, thank you for this opportunity to receive your love, to enjoy this outpouring, this inflowing of your divine essence. Thank you. Thank you for responding to our heartfelt intentions, those that have been expressed verbally and those that are deep within the recesses of our souls. So many yearnings and longings, some that are not even a part of our conscious awareness yet. We thank you for your responsiveness to all of these expressions of yearning, longing, desire. We thank you for the prayers and the presence of those who have joined us from realms of light and love. Thank you. And I express my desire that the love, the light, the healing that has been expressed and generated within and through this collective practice, that it would be made available to all who might benefit from it, all who in their own ways may desire whatever has been expressed within and through this circle of light, whether they be in the flesh or in the spirit, whether they be of any shape or form, and that this light, that this love might also strengthen and fortify those different aspects of creation, those structures and infrastructures of light, our beloved planet, our Mother Earth, all of her aspects and elements, all of the life that she supports. For when you respond to any heartfelt desire, we know, beloved Source, that that response does indeed include that which is best and highest for all. And we are so grateful for that. And so I invite us now to imagine in whatever way that you desire that perhaps we might be shifting our awareness back into those things that might be requiring our attention in the near future. I invite us to move our fingers, our toes, to just help ourselves to make sure that we are fully engaged with our good bodies as we look to transition from this shared practice into whatever is next. And yet, even as we do, that we can at any moment ask for whatever it is that we deeply desire, for more of that light, more of that love, more of that peace, even as we depart from this sacred time and space, that these expressions of deep desire are always honored, always received, always responded to. And so, dear friends, I invite us now, at the end of our collective practice, to express that gratitude that we each have uniquely and collectively for everything received and everything released, for the best and highest for all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, beloved Source, and all our relations. And it is done.